Hi everyone, I'm Tracy. I've been ringing up people today regarding the PCBUs, which is basically the Health and Safety Officer in New Zealand. And I am the PCBU for the Law Council for Tangata Whenua and also for the Northern Region Assembly. So what's happened is we've got none of these people have actually, none of these PCBUs, people in charge or CEOs, have actually read the Pfizer data sheet. And they haven't even read anything on the testing, or I don't know even a mask policy. So I also had to take a friend into the hospital. She went to an A&E first, which is an emergency medical clinic, but not a hospital. And they gave her the paperwork so she can go straight into the hospital, because she doesn't wear a mask, she's not vaccinated, and she won't be tested. The day before, they rejected her out of the hospital, and she's having maybe a suspected heart attack, and the ambulance staff are like, you wear a mask, right? So, anyway, today, not a problem. They questioned me for not wearing a mask, and I said, don't wear one, I'm sorry. And I also asked have they cited the Pfizer data sheet. Of course they hadn't. They didn't want to know what I was talking about because I'm a nutter. And that's all cool. So I went to Minimal Hospital. I was surrounded by bodyguards. And a Dr. Brett was shaking his hands. He's really upset because he's had enough now. They wouldn't let her in. They wouldn't let her into the hospital. They didn't mind, she didn't have to have a PCR test, so remember that, didn't have to have a PCR test, didn't have to have a vaccine or a vaccine pass, whatever they call the thing. They wanted her to wear a mask. Now this is a woman who's suspected of a heart attack, right? She's standing there having a perfectly normal conversation. It's really funny. We videoed it, just so you know. And they rejected her. Dr. Brett rejected a patient, and a nurse did, and these bodyguards, which were, I don't know who they were, but one of them was Vile, I can't think of her last name, Vale something. Anyway, she was really quite incisive. She was trying to incite violence, which was just silly. Anyway, we went down. I said, okay, fine. So we rang Integrity, as you do, because someone's got to complain about something, right? We did that, and of course, you know, they're just a call centre, because if you know, everything's a call centre. And they'll pass it on, and I know what will happen. We'll get a letter coming, the appropriate organisation, there'll be no government stamp anywhere, and they will recommend going to Pfizer COVID response team, which is basically what's running this. And then so we go, next thing we go, this is really funny, because you've got to realise that I've rung the hospitals, PCBUs, prior to this, and they've said they haven't seen the Pfizer data sheet, nor have they done anything with the testing. They know nothing about the testing, and they have no protocols on masking, right? They got no policy. They go not even following their own policy. So we get into Auckland Hospital. Now Auckland Hospital let her in, not me or her daughter, but let her in without a mask, and that was all good, but she still had to have the paperwork. That's what she had to do. So that was all cool. So yeah, it's really funny. And my friend, did I not mention that she's an accredited journalist? This is going to go down very, very well. Anyway, I just think how ridiculous these people are. You get mocked when you're telling them a fact. So what idiots. Anyway, cheers beers. Thank you.